So hi, one of the Good Noise podcast through Normalcy. We're gonna ask some questions today. I'm gonna start. So what inspired you to start the project, and what does the project name mean?
So the story's kind of lame. I was just sitting in math class one day in high school, and I was like, "Normalcy, is that like a word?" And then it was a word, and so then I used that.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Um, but as far as like how it started, Normalcy is like there are people in the band, but like I write all the songs,
Mhm.
and I was in another band before that, and like I was getting a little like jaded with like bringing songs that I felt like were done to practice sessions and stuff, and then having people be like, "But what if we change this about it, or what if we change this?" And I was like, "Well, I don't really want to change. I don't want to change anything,
Yeah.
so maybe I'll just write my own songs." And I also wanted to mess around with like alternate tunings and stuff, which is like not. I was in like a skate punk band, so that's not really what you're supposed to do. So I wanted like a different outlet to do that kind of stuff. So yeah,
Okay.
All right. Sick. So, congrats on your most recent EP.
thank
It's
you.
going. How do you feel
Yeah.
about the response to it so far?
It's been pretty cool. It's at almost 1,000 streams already, which is really cool for like a
Yo!
smaller band like us. Yeah,
Congrats.
especially in
Congrats!
quarantine when thank you so much when no one's listening to music at all. So that was really cool to see. So I've been really stoked about that, and like, it would be nice to like play a show eventually to promote it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2025.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
So
Ah,
can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for that EP?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was at college. I used to go to Columbia in Chicago, and just like stuff happens to you when you're at school, and you meet people and you fall out of contact with people, and so I wanted to write some songs about, I guess that. Some of them are older. I like "We're All Gonna Die" I wrote a long time ago, and then "Full Send" is a bad joke song that we never put out that I like reworked and then put on this EP. But then the other three are all about like recent stuff that happened to me like at school and everything. So I was just kind of like writing about like my life at the time, I guess.
Oh.
okay. So, where was your headspace while writing the EP?
Normalcy is like a sad band and always has been a sad band, and so uh, sometimes it's good to just like put yourself in that headspace for like a little bit so that you can put all your feelings on the page and get out of it. And so that's kind of where I'm just always at with Normalcy stuff is like, projecting all my negative emotions into something that can hopefully come out as like a positive experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
So it's like
Alright.
therapeutic in a way.
I would
Yeah.
say, yeah, absolutely.
An outlet, yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
So what band or artist influences do you think you can hear the most on this new EP?
So like Modern Baseball and Hot Mulligan are definitely the two that I draw like the most from just in general for writing Normalcy. But with this EP in specific, I was listening to a lot of Heart Attack Man and a lot of The Starting Line. Those were like the two biggest ones, I think.
All right.
Mhm.
Very cool.
I saw The Starting Line at Riot Fest, and I was like, people like, because they're not like like a super popular band or anything, but like the people that like them really, really like them, and so I
Yeah.
was like, I wanted like try and capture the same kind of vibe,
Yeah.
Yeah. Understandable. So, is there a certain feeling you want your listeners to have while going through the EP?
I guess like just general relatability. Like
Mhm.
I try not to make everything too I don't want to make it like too detailed or anything, because I still want people to be able to relate to it even if they are about like things that happen to me. And so I guess I just want not necessarily like a specific feeling, but just for people to like listen to it and be able to hopefully just like relate with what I'm talking about and get some catharticism out of it.
All right.
Mhm.
Very cool. So you have a bunch of features on this EP. Can you tell
Yeah.
me, can you tell me how those came about and how the songs were the songs written for like a feature, or did you just be like, I want someone on this song?
Yeah, so the first three songs all have features. For Nancy Wheeler 2, so I was in a band before called Bad Jokes, and we had a song called Nancy Wheeler, and we sampled Stranger Things in it, which is why
Mhm.
it's called that.
Mhm.
And so then the feature is Rocco Sabatino from a band called Life Looks Good, but he was in Bad Jokes with me as well. And so when I wrote that song, I was like, this is like angry and shouty, and like it would make sense to like if I were to get a feature, I would want it to be Rocco, and I would want to call it Nancy Wheeler too. And so that's what I did.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. And then the second one, it's Corey from Arcadia Gray. And she's incredible.
Mhm.
But that song I said like before, like I wrote that a long time ago, and I knew that I wanted someone to sing that part, but for a long time I didn't know who it was. And then in January I did like a little tour of the South with Arcadia Gray playing guitar for them, and I was like, Corey, your voice would be perfect for this. Do you want to sing this? And she was like, yeah, of course. So that's how like that came about. And then Janine Garland's just like one of my really close friends. The one on Hey Moon. That was a really tough feature to get. I asked like 3 different people because the first 2, it was originally going to be my friend Naomi, who sings on Since You Left, but she doesn't like own a microphone, and then the virus happened, and so I wasn't able to like get in the same room with her. And then same thing with Zoe from Sunday Cruise was going to be on it, and then she doesn't like have equipment, and this was like the beginning of the pandemic when like you weren't even supposed to be like hanging out with people or anything. And so my friend Janine has the mic, and she has a beautiful voice, and so I asked her, and she was down, and I think it sounds awesome. So yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's sick. So we know you recently just dropped this EP, but are you planning on releasing any new projects sometime soon? Like
we actually
another
are.
EP? Oh,
Yeah, we just went to the Upper Peninsula and did 3 or 4 songs, depending on how we want to like split them up, with Chris Freeman from Hot Mulligan.
ooh,
So that was really, really cool.
That's so cool.
I'm a huge fan of Hot Mulligan, and like it's really nice to like get in the studio with someone whose musical opinions and like songwriting process you already like agree with and admire so much, because anything that they might want to change or tweak about your song, like it's a lot easier to like trust their input as someone who can write a really good song, and not just someone who like thinks it might sound better a different way or something.
yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
So where do you see
Dave from Charmer was there for a couple of days too, which was really cool.
Oh,
Yeah, that's cool.
wow.
Yeah. Working with all the big names, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's
Oh.
crazy.
Rubbing elbows, or so to speak. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
So how did you make those connections? Actually, I'm sorry, Shane, but how did you?
Yeah, so Chris just said on Twitter, because he moved back to his parents' house for quarantine, and he was like, I have the space if any bands want to come up to the middle of nowhere in Michigan and make some music, like hit me up. And so I just liked the tweet, and I think that he was maybe going through the likes trying to find people that he actually thought he could work with, and
Mhm.
he sent me a DM. It was my birthday actually, and he was like, "Happy
Oh.
birthday! Want to come make some songs?" And I was like, "Yeah." And that was in like June. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went up there like 3 weeks ago in the beginning of August, and we got it done, and it was a super cool time, and so I'm very excited about it. He's working on the post production right now, and we'll get that back at some point. I don't know when it's going to come out, because I want to kind of hold on to it for a little bit, maybe shoot a music video or something. But
Mhm.
yeah, our third EP is like done. So
all right.
Wow,
Very
that's
cool.
crazy.
And it's
All
been
right.
touched
Yeah.
by Chris from Hot Mulligan.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So where do you see the project in the next 5 years?
We need to start doing more like video content for sure, especially just with like the pandemic and stuff. So, I want to start getting on like making like YouTube videos, whether it's covers or music videos or something like that. Maybe streaming as well. Whether that's me as just like a person or for Normalcy, just to like be able to engage with people in a way that's like at least sort of similar to what a live performance would be, because
Mhm.
obviously we can't do that right now. Hopefully in like a year or two we will. So as far as the whole 5 years thing, I hope to see us like maybe on like a smaller label, hopefully doing tours and stuff. But for the near future, just hopefully like more like online video content for us. Yeah.
Sick. All right. So for the last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music and go straight to death row. So,
Okay.
yeah, if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
With a drink. Okay. So I have to preface this by saying I'm a vegetarian.
Okay, same.
But when I did eat meat, I would eat the chicken sandwich from Kuma's Corner all the time, the hate beak
Mhm.
sandwich, and that thing is like incredible. So I would probably say that. And then throw a Monster Energy in there, because
Why not?
I
A
drink too
specific
many.
flavor?
Just the normal one. The normal
normal
one
one.
is the best one in my opinion. Although
Okay.
the pink one and then the orange
Mhm.
one, the ones that come in like the textured cans, are also really good.
Yeah. Very sick.
So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Oh man, um, that's tough. Uh, Probably like Hyrule from Zelda. I don't
Okay.
Ooh,
know. I want to beat up some Bokoblins with a sword or something. That sounds cool.
that does
Nice.
sound pretty cool. Yeah.
That was like my game as a kid was definitely Zelda, so that would be
Mhm.
pretty. Yeah,
Living the dream. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
hmm So I have the honor of asking the last question, and every single person we have spoken to has said it's the most important question.
Okay.
What's your favorite color?
Mine's purple.
Purple. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, as a kid, I bounced back and forth between blue and red all the time, and then one day I just put them together.
Okay.
So purple's purple's
Yeah.
the one for me.
Yeah, that's
All right,
sick.
solid.
Yeah, I think
Specific
it's
shade?
just um, I like a nice like pastel purple.
Ooh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
super into like deep purple. I like like one you can really see that like kind of pops.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Taste.
So, as Glory said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
I mean, the EP, obviously, check out It's Going.
Yep.
If you buy it on Bandcamp, we're giving all the money to Chicago Bond, which helps get people who are like in prison for nonviolent crimes in Chicago walk the streets and actually like fight their cases the proper way instead of being locked in a jail cell with a public defender who's, being drowned by hundreds and hundreds of cases all the time. And so it's really important that people who aren't a threat to society are able to fight their cases outside of the prison system. Plus, like, there's a whole slew of problems with it that, if you're listening to this and you want to look into it, I really think that you should. But also, if you don't want to buy our music, you should just consider donating to it in general, just because they can always use your money, whether it's Chicago Bond or maybe one that's more local to you, or just a Black Lives Matter affiliate or the organization itself. Just like do whatever you can to help, I would say.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
wow.
that's where we'll
Yeah.
end it. Thank you for sitting down with us. This has been Normalcy, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.